I just imagine that for a moment, take a deep breath, and think about the possibility that somewhere, somehow, someone out there is the person your soul has been seeking for lifetimes. What happens when you finally cross paths with that person? What changes in your life? What changes in you? The journey of meeting your chosen one is more than just a romantic notion. It's a spiritual awakening, an alignment of energies, and it brings with it a transformation that you can't always predict. But I want you to think beyond the surface level connections that you might be used to. When I talk about the chosen one, I'm talking about someone who carries within them a reflection of your highest self. We often think of love as something that will complete us, but the truth is, when you meet your chosen one, it's like seeing a mirror for the first time. You don't just see who you are, you see who you could become. And that is both exhilarating and terrifying. But why? Why do we fear the very thing that can lead us to our highest potential? You see, when you meet the chosen one, it's not a fairy tale. It's not something that's just going to make you feel good and comfortable all the time. No, it's a challenge. It forces you to confront the parts of yourself you've been hiding from, the parts you've been avoiding. And it's in that confrontation where the real growth happens. But how do you know? How do you know when you've met that person? Not just a passing connection, but the one who is going to change everything.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who makes you feel like you're on the edge of a cliff? Like everything you thought you knew about yourself is suddenly unclear? That's one of the signs. The chosen one doesn't just comfort you, they disrupt you. They shake you at your core. And this is where the spiritual journey begins. You're no longer walking through life with your eyes half open. You're awake. You're aware. Every interaction with this person feels like a lesson, a nudge from the universe, pushing you closer to who you're meant to be. But here's the thing. This doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like you're breaking apart. Sometimes it feels like you're being pushed beyond your limits, and you wonder whether this is really what you wanted. Meeting your chosen one will bring up everything you've been trying to hide. Your fears, your insecurities, your doubts, they all rise to the surface. But that's the point. When you meet your chosen one, the universe is giving you an opportunity to heal, to evolve, to become the person you're meant to be, not the person you've settled into being. But you might be asking yourself, if this person is supposed to be the one for me, why does it feel so hard? Here's the truth. Growth is never comfortable. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. And the chosen one isn't here to let you stay comfortable. They're here to push you, to challenge you, to make you question everything you think you know about love, about connection, about yourself. And in that discomfort, in that questioning, you find your answers. You find your truth. But are you ready for that? That's the real question. Because meeting your chosen one requires a level of vulnerability that most of us aren't prepared for. It demands that you take off the mask you've been wearing, that you let go of the stories you've been telling yourself about who you are and what love is supposed to look like. Can you do that? Can you strip down to your soul and let yourself be seen, truly seen, for the first time? That's what meeting your chosen one requires. It's not easy. It's not comfortable, but it is absolutely worth it. Now that we've touched upon the idea that meeting your chosen one is both a challenge and a gift, let's dive deeper into something I call the mirror effect. You see, when you meet your chosen one, they act as a mirror to your soul. What do I mean by that? I mean that they reflect back to you everything, your beauty, your light, your potential, but also your shadows, your wounds, your fears. And here's the thing, most of us spend our lives avoiding these shadows. We distract ourselves with work, with entertainment, with relationships that don't require too much of us. But when you meet the chosen one, you can't hide from yourself anymore. Imagine standing in front of a mirror that shows not just your physical appearance, but the totality of who you are, your emotions, your thoughts, your deepest desires, your darkest fears. That's what happens when you meet the chosen one. They see all of you, and you see all of yourself in them. This can be overwhelming. It can feel like too much to handle, but it's also the most liberating experience you'll ever have. You're forced to confront the parts of yourself that you've been denying. Maybe you've been telling yourself a story that you're not worthy of love. Maybe you've been holding on to a belief that you're not enough. The chosen one will challenge that belief, not by telling you you're wrong, but by showing you, through their presence, that you are so much more than you've allowed yourself to be. But here's the catch: this reflection can be painful. It's not easy to see the parts of ourselves that we've been avoiding. It's not easy to admit that we've been living small, that we've been holding ourselves back. But this is the gift of the chosen one. They don't let you hide. They don't let you stay small. They see your potential and they hold you to it. They hold you accountable to the highest version of yourself. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the transformation occurs. But let me ask you this: are you willing to look in the mirror? Are you willing to see yourself, truly see yourself for who you are, not just who you've been pretending to be? Because meeting your chosen one is not about playing it safe. It's not about staying in your comfort zone. It's about stepping into your power, stepping into your truth, and letting go of the limitations you've placed on yourself. This is where the real spiritual work begins. It's easy to talk about love and connection in abstract terms. It's easy to romanticize the idea of a soulmate or a chosen one. But the reality is much deeper, much more profound. The chosen one is not here to complete you. They're here to show you that you are already complete. They're here to reflect back to you the truth of who you are, a being of infinite potential, infinite love, infinite power. But are you ready to see that? Are you ready to step into that? The mirror effect can be uncomfortable. It can be challenging. But it is also the most powerful tool for growth and transformation. When you meet your chosen one, you are being given an opportunity to see yourself through the eyes of love, real, unconditional love. Not the kind of love that makes you feel good temporarily, but the kind of love that challenges you to rise to your highest self. The kind of love that holds you accountable to your own greatness. When you meet your chosen one, something will almost always happen. Your deepest wounds will rise to the surface. Now, you might be wondering why this is the case. Shouldn't meeting the chosen one be a blissful, harmonious experience? Shouldn't it feel like everything is finally falling into place? Yes and no. Yes, meeting your chosen one will feel like a homecoming, a recognition at the soul level. But it will also bring to the surface all the parts of you that are not in alignment with that love. And that's where the real work begins. You see, we all carry wounds. Some of these wounds come from past relationships, some from childhood, and some from even deeper, karmic sources. These wounds shape the way we see ourselves, the way we see love, and the way we show up in relationships. And when you meet your chosen one, these wounds can no longer stay hidden. They come to the surface, often in ways that feel uncomfortable, even painful. But this is not a bad thing. In fact, it is exactly what is supposed to happen. Why? Because the chosen one is here to help you heal. They are not here to fix you or to heal you themselves, but to hold up a mirror to your wounds so that you can heal. This is one of the greatest gifts of the chosen one. They force you to face the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding, the parts of yourself that are still hurting, still broken. And they do this not out of malice, but out of love. They see your potential. They see your wholeness. And they are here to help you step into that wholeness by confronting the parts of yourself that are still wounded. But here's the question: are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to face your wounds, to sit with them, to feel the pain, and to heal? Because meeting your chosen one is not about escaping your pain. It's not about finding someone who will make everything better for you. It's about finding someone who will hold space for you as you do the work to heal yourself. It's about finding someone who will challenge you to rise above your wounds, to step into your power, to reclaim your wholeness. Healing is not a linear process. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's often painful, but it is also profoundly beautiful. When you meet your chosen one, you are being given an opportunity to heal at the deepest level. You are being given an opportunity to confront the parts of yourself that are still hurting, still in need of love and attention. And in that confrontation, you find freedom, you find liberation, you find yourself. But let me ask you, are you ready to heal? Are you ready to face your wounds, to do the work, to step into your power? Because meeting your chosen one is not just about finding love, it's about finding yourself. It's about healing the parts of yourself that have been wounded so that you can step into the fullness of who you are. This is the journey of healing. This is the journey of meeting your chosen one. And it is the most important journey you will ever take. Here's where we land: transformation. Meeting your chosen one is not just about love or connection. It's about transformation at the deepest level. When you meet your chosen one, you are being given an opportunity to become your highest self. But what does that mean? What does it mean to become your highest self? It means stepping into your power. It means letting go of the limitations you've placed on yourself, the stories you've been telling yourself, and the fears that have been holding you back. It means stepping into the truth of who you are, a being of infinite potential, infinite love, infinite power. And when you meet your chosen one, they are here to help you do just that. The chosen one is not here to complete you. They are here to remind you that you are already complete. They are here to hold up a mirror to your greatness, to your potential, to your power. And in that reflection, you see the truth of who you are. You see the truth of your highest self. But this transformation is not easy. It requires you to let go of the old versions of yourself, the versions that have been holding you back. It requires you to step into the unknown, to step into the discomfort of growth and change. But in that discomfort, you find freedom, you find liberation, you find yourself. So, let me ask you one final question. Are you ready? Are you ready to step into your highest self? Are you ready to let go of the limitations, the fears, and the doubts that have been holding you back? Because meeting your chosen one is not just about finding love. It's about finding yourself. It's about becoming the person you are meant to be. And that is the ultimate transformation.